Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. We are live. It is 10:15 at night in Sydney. Today, at least for the next hour or two, what I will be doing is trying to get my local LLM set up into a state where it is maybe useful for me. Otherwise, I just have a chunk of hardware sitting under my desk, doing nothing. Hello, Tamara. Hello, Anonymous. Hello, Pritesh. I am well. How are you? Hello, Soul. Hello, Nilesh. Hello. To Jetson. Need to find the proper model. Yeah. That seems like something I will have to do. At the moment, I'm using a model called LFM. Let's see. Let me switch over to my desktop. Hopefully there's nothing on my desktop that's bad. Yeah, we're good. Hello, Creative Corner. Hello, Yisa. Yisa? So, you don't have one yet, you just moved to Lisbon. Hello, hello. Thank you for the compliment on my glasses. Hello, Dota2PMA. Nice username. Quick config of my machine where I'll be setting up the local LLM. Well, I can probably show you it right here. It's on an NVIDIA Jetson. I'm not sure how to show you. Let's see, near fetch or fast fetch. Which one of these is not deprecated? This looks maintained. Oh, okay. I can just grab this one. Let me just grab this. You intend to get a Ryzen AI 9 370HX. Is that one of those little mini PCs? That sounds cool. What am I trying to run? I'm trying to run just any model that I can on my NVIDIA Orin Nano, NVIDIA Jetson Orin Nano. Yeah, fetch. Okay, so what do we have here? Ubuntu, you guys can see this? NVIDIA Jetson Orin Nano. Apparently it's been up for a week. I didn't know that. We've got about 8 gig of memory. We've got an ARM processor, with 6 cores at 1.3 gigahertz. So it's a very little machine. Nothing super serious. I don't have like a bunch of GPUs strapped together, and I don't intend to ever do that. You're using a Git scrambler to input your data to LLMs without exposition of company secrets. But if the LLM can understand it, doesn't that mean that if someone really wants that data, they can just use an LLM to decode it? Open LLM, Gemma 4, 24 billion parameters. That's quite big, isn't it? 4 billion? The one that I'm using is actually 1.2 billion. And so far it hasn't been amazing. A NPU, it's more efficient. Maybe. I'm not sure if this has an NPU. Does it have an NPU? NVIDIA Jetson Orin Nano Dev Kit. Oop. Yeah, Jetson Orin Nano Super? I think it's... Did it say Super? Reference. Oh, no, it says Super. Yeah. 4 billion on 8 gig of RAM works. You just won't have a huge context window. Ah. So this is the machine I have. Here, okay, so it's got a few models here that it's talking about. These are probably old. You guys probably can't even see this. It says Qwen 2.57 billion, Gemma 2, 2 billion, Gemma 2, 9 billion. How much did it cost? About $400 Australian dollars. It's got 8 gig of 128-bit LPDDR5. Yes, it is cheap for a local LLM. We've got some kind of fancy... When is the 4 times 5090 coming? It's never coming. I'm never going to set that up. It just seems so, like, unsustainable. So right now, yeah, I've got this little machine, and I'm actually running Hermes Agent, and then I'm running the Llama CPP server down here. So when I actually talk to the Hermes Agent, can we do a new chat, maybe? New chat. We're going to see it hitting this server here with stuff. It is a bit slow. You can see the model that I'm using here is LFM 2.5, 1.2 billion. And if we ask it to do something like search the internet for information about molecular biology, and relate it to Factorio. I mean, what else am I going to ask it, really? Can I explain the lithography or tech of the chip? Can I explain that? No way. No way can I explain that. I don't know anything about that. Why am I setting up a local LLM? Partly because it was on my to-do list, and partly because I put out a poll and people were interested in me doing it. So I get to tick two things off at once. I didn't intend to spend a long time on this. And some of the people commented on that poll indicating that they weren't really interested in it. So I don't want to spend too long on it. Hello, B Diddy. Hello. Hello. You don't know about Ryzen 9, but you do know Macs are crazy efficient. I find it strange the buying a Mac to run agents. Don't the people that are buying Macs to run agents, they're not using the actual Mac hardware, right? They're actually connecting to some API to like someone else is doing the inference, right? You need to know what's the best AI for coding, the one that suits you the best. Like I use Gemini, I use Claude, I have done a little bit with Codex, and whenever I use Gemini, people say that I should be using Claude, and I honestly, I don't see the difference. Looking cool for the content creation. It's good to wear these at nighttime, just block out some of the blue light. You've been doing local for 2 years, but the server I built started with DeepSeek R1, 70 billion, and quickly moved to a different 235 billion model. Wow, that's a lot of billions, dude. What kind of hardware are you running for that? They're buying it so they can message via iMessage. That's what I heard, yeah. Macs run the MLX version of the models, which are optimized to run on silicon. That's cool. You do it for privacy of your code base and queries, speed, and testing of long horizon agents without fear of token drain. Fair. Macs have their new SOC. It's insanely fast. Okay. Do I use Docker Compose? I actually really like Docker Compose. I've run Docker Compose in production, serving millions of, well, actually billions of requests. And people, for some reason, think that's like scary in some way. Fine tune a model using LoRa. Never heard of LoRa. Claude, the best harness by far. Codex, the better model. Gemini is your new Google search. That's pretty accurate. Yeah, that's like, I think that's a good assessment. Yeah. In the laptop market, I think Macs are better than Windows. Anything is better than Windows. Absolutely anything. Would love to have a chat about meta-material networking. What do you mean? What is that? Not sure what that is. So what did Hermes say? So it's come back. It's relatively fast when I'm in this chat mode. This chat mode's okay. So what I could end up doing is if I want to just have local LLM usage, that's pretty easy, simple, not too bad, then I can use this. It's fine. But I tried to hook it up to Telegram. And I can message it on Telegram. But it seems to be a little bit confused because I'm asking it to search the internet about a topic. And it comes back to me and it says that I have to use a particular skill to do the web search, which maybe it's correct. Laura Lopan. Let me just write that down. Laura Lopan. Is that right? Pan? Low rank bottleneck. Key technology. Low range? Is this the thing? That doesn't seem like the thing. You think the best model, 200 billion right now, is Quen 3.6, 27 billion. I wonder if I can even run that. Let's see, right? I'm going to go over to Hugging Face. We're going to look at Quen 3.6, 27 billion, right? Do you think this one would be suitable, this NVIDIA one? It's a quantized model of Alibaba's model. Uses an optimized transformer architecture. Will this work on my Orin Nano? I think probably not. You're making a Go tool to translate a dev's app manifest to add it to Docker Compose and Nginx. That sounds kind of like you're trying to reinvent Kubernetes in a way. But if it works for like your situation, then why not? Windows 13, the best Windows ever built. It won't turn on. That would be the best. If Windows can't switch on, that would be the best Windows, I think. The typing indicator on Telegram is broken for Hermes. Oh, well, it seems like it does type. It sends me responses, but it's saying basically that it can't do what I'm asking. Do I think if you're in uni and studying, I should stay away from AI entirely in learning? I just don't rely on it, which can be difficult. LoRa is efficient parameter fine tuning. Your system can handle that. What's my take on vibe coding jobs? Pure vibe coding jobs? I don't understand why they would even hire someone if they're just going to sit there and vibe code. Good evening from Czech Republic. Hello? I follow you because you have been transparent about scalable architecture. Thank you again for the video. No worries. Try Gemma 4 first. You guys think Gemma 4? There's no way you can run it. I don't think if you have... Okay, so I shouldn't even try to run this one. Gemma 4. We'd probably want like a pretty small one, right? Probably true. I haven't even started learning Kubernetes, just Docker Compose. Yeah, fair enough. You can add your PC specs on Hugging Face. Really? Oh, parameters, libraries, apps. No, that's not it, is it? Models, add my hardware. Can I sign in with GitHub or something? Oh, yeah, that's annoying. That's all right. So basically what I did ask Gemini what model to use, and it suggested that I should use Quen 2.5. What was it? 3 billion. Is it Coda? No. Maybe something like this. Coda 3 billion instruct, like this one here. Copy. And let's just ignore Hermes for the moment. How do I make another tab? Whoops, I don't want to see the time. 10-minute email for the win. What does that mean? So we've got llama CLI, and then I can do -hf and paste in this, and it should download and run it. I have to log in first. Yeah, I don't want to do that at the moment. Combined VRAM and RAM, I think it's 8 gig. I don't know how much VRAM it has, actually. It doesn't say how much VRAM this has. It just says how many cores it has. You like the glasses? Thank you. These shades are different from the ones I put on earlier. Yes, I have some darker ones, basically red lenses. What's my words per minute? Are you baiting me into opening monkey type? Am I being baited again? All right, let's do it. Let me sign in first. That's my GitHub account, I think. Wait. I should already, maybe it's my Google account. If you really want to use Quen, why not check Quen 3.5? Oh, really? They're way better, are they? Monkey type. All right, let's see. It's 8 gig shared. Yes. All right. Ooh, that's good. That's an improvement, I think. Did I gradually slow down or something? Your max is 151. Nice. Top 1%? Where does it say that? Where does it say my percentile? Hmm. Am I even human? Really high accuracy. Yeah, I tried. I tried my best. I made one mistake there. Quen 3.5. Okay, I'll try the Quen's 3.5. I wonder if anyone else has Jetson. Oh, look at this. We've downloaded the 2.5 coder, 3 billion. What keyboard am I using? Go to my, you can go to my YouTube channel and look at my links. This long link here, Newfie. Visit this one. That is the keyboard that I use. The keyboard that I use is specifically, right now I'm using the Kick 75 with low profile keys with brown switches. That is exactly what I'm using right now. Am I an LLM? By the way, also on my YouTube page, you should find my website. Oh, this is, yeah. And here I have all of this information too. So my keyboard's here, my mouse, my hardware. It's a picture of my computer. What operating system, what editor I use, the terminal that I use should be here. Oh, it's not. And even the sunglasses are here. Quen 3.5. Oh, so yeah, my streaming PC has a good GPU, but we're actually running on this piece of hardware. This little thing. That's what I'm SSH to right now. Is this little guy. Am I going to play Valheim when 1.0 drops? Maybe. Maybe we can do like a community server or something like that. You love the case? Yeah, it's a nice case. It is a dual chambered NZXT case, which is pretty cool. Thanks again for doing things like this, posting videos and hosting live. I sent you a LinkedIn request last week. You might have to like message me or just let me know, because I've got like 6,000 LinkedIn requests. It's hard to keep track. Would I release a short video about setting up a local LLM? Yeah, it's not seeming too hard at the moment. The Jetson Nano has limited VRAM. Yes, it does. It's very limited. So this one's Quen 2.5 coder. What's a coding task that would be considered difficult? Hmm. Do I think C language is popular? C language is everywhere. It's ubiquitous. Whether it's popular is a different question. I think most people are afraid of C, myself included. Reverse a linked list. Try that. Tell it to set up a calculator, but with Maya numbers. Bingo word ubiquitous. A struct list node with a value and then the pointer to another node. And then, how do I zoom? Tmux. Control B Z. Yeah, nice. And then Control B page up so we can actually read what's going on. So it's made a struct with a value and a next node. And then we have reverse linked list function, which takes the node or a pointer to the list node. It sets its head to nil. Var new head is a pointer to a list node. So it's a nil pointer. Then it's saying the current is head, which was passed in. And then for current not equal nil. Okay, so it's going to the next node, setting the next one to the new head. Okay, fair. How about my gaming arc? I actually did plan to do maybe an hour of gaming towards the end of this stream. Them glasses are cool. Thank you. Did I get much agentic support at Atlassian? Were you encouraged to build tools for your team? I wouldn't say, like, if a tool was clearly going to be useful, then yeah, build it. But I wouldn't say we were necessarily like encouraged to build lots of tools. You love to learn about topology, as it explains so much to me in mesh networking. Why am I afraid of C? Because it's easy to get well, there's not so many guardrails. So it's it can be risky. Shoot yourself in the foot. C is the language of foot guns, apparently. Congrats on 100K. Thank you very much. Yeah, we broke that like yesterday, this morning or something like that. Lionel Bovey just became a member at the highest tier possible. Thank you very much. You should now have access to a bunch of emojis. Let me see. How do I do these? Yeah, you should have a whole bunch of emojis now that you can spam. Let me show you. I'll leave a message for the emojis. Do I host my blog on a VPS? You like the emojis? My blog is hosted on GitHub Pages. It's free. Was this the end of its chat to me? Let me see. No, just the end of the buffer. Explanation. This technically is not a worked example. I mean, the little list it gave here is a worked example, 1 to 7. But yeah, what was the other thing? Write a Rust program that produces a GIF of a sine wave. So my idea with this local LLM is that here's what would be ideal for me is that I should be able to set it up, say, as a Telegram bot. And let's say I'm just like out in the middle of nowhere and I come up with an idea. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. I should be able to send a message to the bot on Telegram, tell it, look into this topic and maybe like write a little document and push it to my Google Notes or to a Git repo or to like an Obsidian thing or something like that. Right? That's what I expect I should be able to do. But so far, using it with Telegram has not been successful. What model am I using? This one here is Qwen 2.5. And then you come home and it burned through your year of tokens. But that's the thing, it's a local model. So I have technically unlimited tokens. It's just how long it takes to do the work, right? It would take a lot longer than say a frontier model, but you know, B Diddy dropping another 10 memberships. Thank you, buddy. You're amazing. Hermes Telegram integration works flawlessly. Can you tell me, like, because when I try Telegram, like, I'll tell you the query that I gave it. I said, basically, I told it to look up information on me. I said, find information about a person named Vasilios Psarakis. And then it sent me a message saying, reading skill, Vasilios Psarakis. So it's tried to access a skill that's called me, which seems a bit confusing. can I run those small models reliable in some kind of loop? That's kind of, yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to see if I can do. GitHub Pages is Ace. True. What's the hardware you're running? It's a Jetson or a Nano. Nice little gophers. Is this Rust? Yeah, this is Rust. I got it to... I wonder if this would work. Let me see this. I'm curious. If I go ahead and I do cargo new sign GIF, and I jump in there and I edit main, delete this, paste this, and we're going to want cargo add image and image proc. Was that right? Burning through the local quota of quats. Yes. What you do is enabled OpenAI API of Hermes. Yeah, but I don't want to use the AI companies. Like I can just do that from my phone anyway, you know? That's a harness issue, the agent probably. Okay, so I've probably got it set up wrong. Let's see if Quen was able to one-shot this. Hermes, you get a lot out of the box. I guess it depends if you want to code up your own harness for it. Fair. Okay, so this didn't quite... The one-shot... Oh, OpenAI compatible API of Hermes. Well, the server... Let's just quit this chat for a second. Let's just exit. So I had... What I had here was... I don't know if you can see this, but these are this is the command I was running. It's got this chat ML chat template. Maybe there's an OpenAI version. Llama server, OpenAI API. Let's see this. Well, let's see. If I run the server, right, and then I go, let's say, to over here, and we try one of these curls, it's going to need to be, what's this, local model? I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, we are on 8080. And what's it say here? Hello, how can I help you today? It's got the model here. And some information about the tokens. Okay, and then on this side, I've got Hermes running. Right? If I just cancel this, close it down. This is essentially you didn't try Telegram, but you tried WhatsApp. It was straightforward. Interesting. You're a software engineer focusing a lot on Python and AWS. You've been trying to move over to platform engineering and Golang as an AI hedge and personal interest, but it's hard to get interviews. How many applications have you made? You want to know what's crazy? I've gotten, I think, what I would consider a good amount of interviews, and I've gotten knocked back from all of them. Crazy. There must be some incredibly talented people out there just eating up all the jobs. So what was it? Hermes, right? Let me see what Hermes commands I was running. So I had a Hermes model, Hermes model. I think this brings up, yeah, this menu here where I can select. Right now I'm doing a local thingy. Hermes model, then tie it to your local endpoint. So this is the one that's currently active. And apparently it works for just chatting in the dashboard. Let me try this. Let me try this again. So I can do custom endpoint, right? And then I can do HTTP localhost 8080 v1, let's say. And then I don't need an API key. And I can, what's this? Open API compatible servers. Too experienced or not quite enough. You need to be born with CEO mentality. What is the CEO mentality? No. Let's say Quen 2.5. I don't think that default model is going to necessarily work. So let me just try this curl again. All right, what was the damn, it was this one, right? Yeah. And we have, oh, it's still running LFM. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, I'm going to go back to, whatever. We'll set it up again. Localhost 8080 v1, no API key, hit one there. Yes. So it's actually automatically detected the model by hitting that API. And then we can go Hermes dashboard to get the web interface up. Or I could do the TUI version. We'll do the dashboard. You had it set up this way. Quen running via LM Studio, which has an inbuilt OpenAPI compatible endpoints. Okay, so I'm interested in running LM Studio. I was looking at that a little earlier. LM Studio. Where did I have it? Here. How do I feel about reaching 100,000 subscribers? That's a good question. Let me grab some water first. I'll be back. Okay, so how do I feel about having 100,000 subscribers? I feel grateful. I feel pressure to deliver good content. I feel that a lot of the 100,000 came from the hype, and I'm not sure how much have stuck around. I think that maybe that's just a normal thing on YouTube. let me just grab this. I need this picture. I feel like I need something in my stream, right? Like we are running. Oh wait, today. Running LLM on Nano. What else? But then where am I going to put this? You know? Like, let me see. I can put a little image. Crap, where did I even save it? In my documents? Okay. I can't find it. Oh no, here it is. Where is it? Where did it go? Transform center to screen. It's nowhere. Okay, OBS is apparently not that easy to work with. Let me see this. Add source, image. Find the thingy, documents today. Do I just like... Do I just put something here or something like that? Is that cool? Let me catch up on the chat. Local models are pointless? Maybe. Let's see. You're an engineer at Cursor. Cool. What's it like there? You still need to watch part 1? Yeah, no rush. You have no pressure. You are enough as you are and no hype was required. You just became visible. That's true. Thanks. Would love to give you some creds. What do you mean by that? What do I feel about fitness culture in Australia? Not sure what you mean. I don't know if fitness culture is any different here than other places. All right, let's try popping the LM Studio. We'll close down Llama CPP. Why not Olama? I tried Olama. I didn't mind it, and but people were saying that I shouldn't use it. They didn't necessarily say why either. Where am I from? I was born in Australia, but my family's from Greece. So I do have I do have Olama, right? And I think I can do something like this. Oh, wait. Olama, launch, Hermes, model. But then I have to search on Olama for what the model is. Olama. Models. Let's say Quen. Let's say Gemma 4, right? People were saying Gemma 4. And we want a small one, like a real small one. 4 billion? It's 10 gigs. We'll go with the 2 billion one for right now. And try this. Okay. I bought the Jetson for $400. Oh, I just realized you guys can't necessarily see exactly what I'm doing there, can you? Seven gigs. It'll take 2 minutes to download. And in the meantime, we have LM Studio installing. If I join Google DeepMind as a member of the technical staff, do you think they would hire me though? That's the question. Will I continue to be a YouTuber? Yes, probably. I think it's pulling the manifest. What do you think? It could be pulling the manifest. I'm not sure. Can I make it? Yeah. More. Why not Llama CPP? I actually do have Llama CPP. But look how funky this is. Woo. I don't know. I guess I'm having a little bit of trouble with Llama CPP's server. I don't know if it's putting out the right format. But when I hook up Hermes Agent with it, it seems to not be able to do certain things. All right. What's it say? LMS. So LM Studio has been installed, apparently. We're going to want to add this to my bash RC. Right. Oh, it's already added it. Cool. This distro and desktop environment is Pop! OS with Cosmic. Am I planning to keep using the Hermes harness? Yeah, if I can. What does seemingly not work? Well, for instance, I can run the CLI, right? So this is fine. I can load a model. I can do stuff. But the specific thing is I run the server, I run Hermes, I get Hermes talking to the server. The chat in Hermes works. Telegram connects, but then when I talk to it on Telegram, it doesn't quite know what the hell's going on. I think I could probably show you. Is this what you do full time now? No. I have some other things that occupy my time, which I will not reveal. What's it doing? Proof that you are an LLM. Language structure. My response follow a clear structured format. I can maintain and use context. My responses are based on broad knowledge. I write and understand code in various languages. That's funny. Well, yeah, so it works. It you know. And now, so Olama has launched Hermes Agent here. But is it running the dashboard? Whoa. What is going on? So these are the skills it has, right? You're running the Hermes dashboard. Wait. What channels do you have configured currently? E.g. Telegram. How long have I been live for? 1 hour? Well, it's mulling, apparently. I'm not doing anything else intensive on this machine at the moment, so don't know why it would be slow-ish. Let's say, can we do, where's Hugging Face? So we want, the people that were suggesting Gemma 4, why do you suggest Gemma 4? I'm curious to know. Why not Quen 3.6? Oh, that's probably too big. Too big, too big. 3.5, 4 billion. Seems good. Device memory. Let me see. There is no free memory, but most of it's in cache. There's only 2.6 gigs used. Mistral. Why Mistral? What's good about it? Let's see. Best model for responsiveness on Jetson or Nano. Quen 2.5, 3.5, 4 billion. Ministral 3 billion. Yeah, I think maybe Gemma 4 is too much. Not sure. Llama 3.2, 3 billion. The current gold standard for 3B class speed. Generates about 20 tokens a second. Minstrel seems to be a highly optimized edge model. Conversational responses. Gemma 4 has better small models trained for edge devices like phones. Quen 3.5 is equally good. Quen didn't release small size after 3.5 because they seem to be quitting OSS. Quen is published by Alibaba, isn't it? Tips to maximize edge speed. Use quantized models. Never run unquantized weights on the nano. Really? I didn't know that. So if I was going to use... I actually had not bad success with this one, LFM. But let me see. Is this one quantized? That is the question. How would I even know? Quantizations. Use with Llama CPP. What are these little buttons here? Quantizations. LM Studio. This one here, huh? What exactly does GGUF stand for? Hello, Dan. GPT generated unified format is a binary file format used to store and run large language models. Interesting. Okay. So let's say we go with this. 4 billion? What is this exactly? Quen 3.6 feels like the sweet spot for local LLMs in terms of cost performance. I don't think my hardware can run that one. If you're using Llama CPP, which uses GGUF, quantization is all about model weight precision. You don't lose quality below Q8, but Q4 is the best for local LLMs. Okay, let me just search Hugging Face for a Quen 3.5 model, which has quantized weights and Quant 4. Thanks, go. Good morning, dude. I've got this device and played with it a bit. Just getting here, what are you using to serve the model? I've tried 3 different things. I've tried, oh, what's this? So I've tried Ollama, I've tried Llama CPP, and I don't think I've tried LM Studio just yet. But that would be the next thing that I perhaps try. Let's see this. Quick start with Llama CPP. So we've got Llama server here. Spin up an open API compatible API server. All right, well, let's try this. I'm going to close down this Gemma one. We're going to run Quen 3.5. Oh, whoops. It's already on the path. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly which one is the one to run with. This model's too big? Let me see this. This is for my Jetson Orin Nano Too big. Pick another. Or the best one. Too big, you say? The Jetson Orin Nano. I'm going to edit this again. Jetson Orin Nano, 8 gig. Quen comes with beef. Heretic Uncensored Thinking Sweet Madness. I'm not sure if I can run that one. Yeah, so this is what it's said previously. It's basically suggesting 2.5, Quen 2.5. Highly optimized and stable. 7 billion model at 4-bit. Quant takes 4.7 gigs. While the 3 billion model leaves massive headroom for large context lengths. I think I want the large headroom, actually. $3 billion instruct GPU layers. Let's see this, right? Let's see this command. I don't know what it means by GPU layers. Cancel this. 2.5, 3 billion, instruct, quant 4. No usable GPU found? What? It was compiled without GPU support. Wait, what? Wait, what? Is that why it's running like an absolute dog? Gemini's knowledge cutoff is in 2025. It has web search. It doesn't. It looks stuff up. Do I still play Dota 2? I think my best rank in Dota 2 was Ancient. I haven't played in a while. Let's see this. And it said this. If I have wrecked the Llama CPP compilation, it's going to take like an hour to compile this thing again. Am I using NVIDIA's OS? NVIDIA actually just uses Ubuntu on the Jetson. Let's see. So by default, Llama CPP builds pure CPU code. Really? Damn. Okay. So then the rest of the stream today, what I'm going to have to do is figure out, like, so here's the problem, okay? The reason I'm even able to stream this topic is because I spent heaps of time just compiling Llama CPP. So my fear is that if I recompile it now, it's going to take ages. It's going to get to about 50% and then it's going to crash. Because I actually did try to compile it like this. And it didn't quite work too well. Is NVIDIA SMI running? Installed. I'm not sure. What is it? Depackage. Doesn't look like it's installed. Part 3. Yeah, these are blue light blocking glasses, yes. You're using an AMD GPU? It's been a pain every single day. Oh, I'm not using my PC for that. For this thing. I'm using an NVIDIA Jetson. You think it used something called Jetpack? Yes. They package Ubuntu basically, and they call it Jetpack. They get you to install it via USB and whatever else. Okay, so let me just. I've got this here, right? So all of the binaries are currently in this directory. Okay, well, I think it's kind of a no-brainer that I have to recompile this. Let me see this. Will this even work? CUDA architectures 87. What is that? 87? SM87. Okay, that's very specific. Will this go anywhere? CUDA toolkit found. Like, most of this works because I already kind of tried this. Let's see. This next one that I run, where it's doing the release build, will take time. Like, and I suspect it's very possible that it's going to run to about 52% and then crash. If that's the case, 16 at least on this machine, are you sure? It's only got 6 cores. 16, it can't do that. Am I going to make this as a service? Not really, it's just personal usage. You would like to try a bare Debian, but you're afraid of weeks of library hell. Do you mean like use Debian to set up a Jetson? I don't even know how the hell that would even work. So if this is going to take... Wait. If this is going to take ages, it has 1,000 CUDA cores, but I don't think it can do... I don't think it can utilize those for this compilation. Can I show BTOP? Yeah, let's see. Let's look at BTOP. Debian as a Jetson project. Why? Is that because you just don't like the fact that they use Ubuntu? I wouldn't worry too much about the distro, to be honest. Just use what's well supported. Taking a while. I think because the compilation is eating all the compute, so it's going to take a while to run BTOP, I think. But this looks promising so far. It looks promising, this compilation. Maybe the commands I was running before were a bit wrong. But yeah, I'm a bit afraid that it's going to reach 50% and then it's going to crash or something like that. Or it just won't be done within a reasonable amount of time, even if it is successful. Which means clearly the best course of action is to play video games. Oh, wait, look. B-top. Terminal size too small. Is this even is this what B-top's supposed to look like? Thanks for the live no matter the outcome. You know, I was super anxious to go live, but I'm glad I did. Thank you for creating Jira. I didn't create Jira. I did not create Jira. All right, so what do we got here? We got the 6 cores here. They're all super hot. We got ES build. Why is ES build running? That little thing must be a perfect local image processing detection. Yeah, I think that's what people generally use it for. They have like people are mounting cameras to it and stuff like that. Maybe I should use it like that. I don't know. Got new insights into Hermes and Jetson. Cool. I'm glad you got some insights. We're using Confluence as a graph database for our agent. That sounds crazy. That sounds insane. Why Confluence? Why not just like a text file or something? Agricultural usage. That'd be cool. Yeah. So, should we play some Noita? Does everyone know what Noita is? I wonder. Just do what all the streamers do these days. Raylib speedrun. What is a Raylib speedrun? Is that when you remake Raylib from scratch as fast as possible? Check the Jetbot. Jetbot. Jetson. Jetbot. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Right. So I can have a physical LLM that follows me around. That'd be cool. Looks like people are using it for like cars and things like that. Collision avoidance. That's funny. Object following. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so it's at 18%. So here's the deal. It is 11:35. this is definitely going to take longer than probably what this stream is going to last for, because I will have to sleep eventually. But in the meantime, maybe we play some Noita. Noita. Yes, we're going to play some Noita. Whoa, what is going on with this? Oh, it's confused. Yeah. What indicator were you using to show the trend on TradingView? There was a mixture of indicators. The indicators. So for Ethereum, my indicators mainly Arun, different types of Arun, and what's it called? Let me check for you real quick. Let's go to TradingView. Super charts. Damn, it's slow today, huh? We look at the thingy here. So we have Arun and then Arun oscillator. And I'm not sure if I'm still using Puel, which is like the Puel multiple, which is to do with mining revenue. I'm not sure if I'm using that at the moment, but Arun and Arun oscillator, pretty much just those two, it seems like, with particular parameters. Having team on my watch list? Well, yeah, I was there for a long time, so I made a little strategy for team, and it actually says to buy right now, but you can see that that decision is not quite so great. Sort of breaking even, but losing a bit here actually. Yeah, it's yeah. It's done not too bad, I would say. Anyhow, let's see. You guys saying Deep Rock Galactic? You beautiful dwarf. I am keen to play Deep Rock at some point, but today we play Noita. Let me know if it's too loud. They're making good money, but the stock keeps trending down. I guess they aren't doing much in the way of share buybacks. It's hard to say because for me, I was on the inside for like 8 years, and so I tried to correlate like why is the stock going up, why is it going down. It's really hard because it's nothing really to do with the performance of, say, the products or stuff like that. It's really about what do investors think that the number is going to go up. And there's so many factors that go into that, right? So it's kind of like when you know how there's this phenomena. It's not as related, right? But the hardest worker is not always the most rewarded. Do you know what I mean? Like, the most valuable employee is not always the guy that gets paid the most. Do you know what I mean? I think in the same way, a company's stock works similar, where if investors like it, it doesn't matter if it's the best company or any of that. It's just they have this idea in their head that it's good. You know what I mean? With 1 billion per year of employee shares diluting it. I'm not sure if it's diluting it or I'm not sure how that works really. What specs am I wearing? Go check my website, but they're from a company called Raw Optics. There's links on my website. Why do I have streamer mode turned on off if I'm a streamer? Do I need streamer mode? I don't need streamer mode for this. Stocks are like a slot machine. Yeah, they're a bit like that. Unless you do insider trading, and then it's just, you know, it's great if you can do that and somehow get away with it. I think I probably missed a bunch of chats while I was ranting. Let me check. Let me check real quick. Oh, yeah, not a whole lot. Cool. No endorsing? Who am I endorsing? Oh. Nothing makes sense, especially after SpaceX IPO. Well, didn't that tank? Didn't SpaceX tank? And people were asking me about that on stream. And I basically said that SpaceX was providing exit liquidity to investors. So if you bought SpaceX, then it sucks. That's too bad. But lots of people that were in the IPO before you, they made lots of money. They took your money. If you bought into it, they literally planned to steal from you and then stole from you. I mean, technically it's not stealing because you agreed to the trade, but you know, what can you do? They reduced waiting period to 15 days. That's crazy. Is that so that they're on the what was it, on the S&P something? Building, streaming video games, and trading at the same time. What a guy. Marry your wife? I can't do that. NASDAQ 100. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's all about the hype. You gotta hype it up. You know, if they're on the NASDAQ 100, it must be a smart investment, right? Why would they put it on there otherwise? But yeah, I don't know. I just steered clear of the whole thing. Because of you, I've managed to set up Hermes on an M1 using LM Studio and Gemma 4 E4B on 16 gig RAM, and it does stuff. Graphics for now. Cool, man. Just based on this stream or the last one too? So they got into every major investment funds automatically. Yeah. Yeah, it's a big scam, in my opinion. What we got? So we've got I think this double spell. Probably gonna do something like, what we got? Get rid of these. That's the best we have at the moment. Gamba or no Gamba? Did I already do a Factorio stream? I did a short one on Twitch, but no, not on YouTube yet. Just this stream. That's awesome. It must be easy to set up when you don't have like 100 people chatting at you. Oh, look. For those that don't know, this perk, I basically just won the game at this point. I just have to not die and we're good. I just have to not die from a massive explosion and we should be alright. Oh, that's nice. What glasses am I wearing? They are Ra Optics. This is the, I think it's the daylight lens in the Soul frame. Have I played Captain Claw? No, what's that? What about building an AI girlfriend? I don't need that. Also, that's an interesting thought, actually. What do people do with AI girlfriends? I'm actually curious. What does an AI girlfriend bring to someone's life? You know? What's the practical use? Don't even ask. Like, is it emotional support? What is going on with these people? I bet at least a few people from the C-suite watched that video after you got laid off. You think so? I wonder what if someone from the Atlassian C-suite did watch that, I wonder what they thought about it. I'd be up for a chat if they wanted to share their thoughts with me. Right. On-demand custom OF content for themselves. That just sounds... that doesn't sound very satisfying to me. My AI girlfriend runs on Hermes. I think it's like a long-distance relationship. I mean, I guess I can kind of see how that would work. Like, some people use LLMs as a therapist, so in the same way, I guess they could do that. Never ended up meeting. People spend hours after e-girls. Yeah, those people are lost, I would say. They don't know what's going on. By the way, I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and the guy in the video said, hit the like button or something like that, right? And the like button underneath the video actually highlighted or something like that. Apparently, YouTube does, you know, they've got the transcripts and all that kind of stuff. So if they detect that you're saying that, it actually highlights the button. So I'm curious, when I watch this one back, whether it's going to actually do that. Oh, get the explosion away. Okay. Yeah. I'm just matrix dodging all these bastards. Okay, maybe not that one. YouTube also takes a whopping 1 gig of RAM on this stream only? Damn. What do we got up here? And for the subscribe, it shows the highlight. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that actually makes people press it more often. Maybe. Maybe it does. Maybe people forget to press it. That would make sense. What? Oh, shit. Oh, he's gonna wreck the temple. Have I read or watched Hello Interview? Someone recommended that to me. I need to watch that actually. Seems like a good channel to follow. Damn. I'm trying to light this guy on fire. It's like impossible. Delicious worm blood. Okay, now he's on fire. Any heart? No. Okay. Yeah, I've still got to watch those Hello Interview system design things. Actually, fun fact, when I was talking to NeetCode, he was mentioning that he did kind of say like some of those system design interviews, it's all kind of pre-prepared. Like some people are not necessarily doing things on the fly. And that kind of makes sense because it's pretty hard to make, it would be pretty hard to make content, I suppose, if you were kind of just stumbling through 45 minutes and you couldn't necessarily, maybe not even able to come up with an answer. Do you know what I mean? How are my first days at Atlassian? I don't really remember being nervous. It was more excitement. And the first week is pretty chill because you're just doing onboarding. And What else would I say about it? I would say that the first few weeks were kind of stressful. And the reason they were stressful is because I took it upon myself to accomplish this thing that had been spoken about in the interview. And so it's kind of like self-imposed stress, to be honest. Did I have previous experience? Yes. The main jobs that I had done before I joined Atlassian were I worked at a payments processor called Tyro Payments. I also worked at a managed services provider. Managing Windows servers, actually. That was cool. And before that, I think I was doing help desk. Managed service. Yeah, I was doing help desk before that. That's right. Tell you what, remembering things and playing Noita at the same time is not the easiest thing to do. Okay. Uh-oh. So this is looking pretty easy, and it's pretty much all because of the perk that I picked up. My damage is absolutely through the roof, so just one-shotting absolutely everyone. Which is nice. Oh. Not really missing either. The accuracy is just through the roof. Barely even took damage on that floor. Gonna pick up the mana here. This game looks like Flappy Bird on steroids. You have developers rotate help desk once a year for a week. That's a good idea. It's a very good idea. So now we have a teleportation wand. How is my workload like generally in tech? It's kind of hard to find time after work for anything else. At Atlassian, I spent way too much time after hours doing stuff. But it was really self-imposed. There was no real expectation on me to do that. Yeah, but in terms of other places, especially when working in an office, there's very clear boundaries in terms of going home at a certain time and that kind of thing. Digging bolts. Yeah, that's cool. I think I can just go straight to the boss and finish this. Probably. If I can get through this area, fine. It should be good. Am I immune to fire? I am. Brilliant. So I can probably chill on this floor for a while, maybe look around, maybe get a bit greedy. I don't know. Oh, what's this guy doing? Huh? Yeah, I don't like that. There is no reason to kill that guy. Did any other company already contact you and offered a job? No one offered me jobs, but they offered interviews, basically. So I've done a bunch of interviews at relatively large places. Actually, I've done interviews at objectively large places, not relatively. There's nothing relative about it, really. Game looks confusing to play. You get used to it. AWS? I actually have not interviewed with Amazon. I talked to a recruiter from Amazon and then I kind of just ghosted them, which probably wasn't the nicest thing to do, but I don't know. I wasn't really too keen. I've heard bad things about Amazon. I don't know if it's like, yeah. I don't know how bad it is, if it's true or that kind of thing. I can't dig through that floor, unfortunately. Heard correctly, I guess everyone does. Would you be able to pass these leak code rounds, or what do you think about the rounds? I feel like I spend useless hours into that instead of learning something for the actual job. I think that I could use a bit more practice, but I think I could pass. It depends on the place and how high the bar is at that place, because like if you do a coding round at Google, it's harder than a coding round at, say, you know, somewhere else random. But let's say it's some ordinary place and they're doing an algorithm for the code screen or whatever. I feel like I could do that without much issue. I still have I've got stuff on my list to learn. Like, there's certain algorithms that I'm not super confident with. Like, could probably do most things like BFS or whatever. But then I'm not so good with binary trees or what else? Yeah, like maybe stacks, queues, heaps. Not necessarily able to write those from scratch, but that's because I don't really. I wouldn't say I was a software engineer, to be honest. In my previous roles, I was more like systems, operations, kind of things. A bit low on health right now, so I'm feeling a bit anxious. It looks like we're about home free at the moment. Yeah. Does Atlassian pay good salary? Yes, they pay one of the best salaries in the country. They're very generous. Homing. Limited spells. What do we got here? None of these really are much of an advantage for me. Extra capacity, plague rats. How long does it take to get good at leak code? You've never really grinded? I actually wouldn't recommend leak code. I would recommend neat code. And that's not because I was on his podcast. It is because his website has a more structured approach. I think it would actually be more beneficial. Oh, damn, I only got one extra slot from that. That's crap. 4. Let's see. Damn it. It became obvious when you talk them. What do you mean? What became obvious? Did I miss something? Now that everyone can use AI, how do you even evaluate people? Have a conversation with them, basically. You got to be able to drill into people's knowledge and test their knowledge. I don't know how else. If they can't explain some of the things they know, then they probably don't know it too well. And it's probably not real knowledge. AI thing above chat. AI thing. That reminds me. I should check where the oh, look. The Jetson, the compilation here, it died. Undefined reference, libcrypto. This is because I'm gonna have to look at this off stream, but basically it's because Linux Brew has like hijacked the path or something like that. Let me just try something here. What is it? Source like this? Okay, Linux Brew's still in there. Damn, dude. Why? And it's in there so many times too. What is going on here? That's crazy. libcrypto. It's basically because I installed some stuff with Homebrew and it's hijacking the path. Let me just grab this, right? Let's get rid of. Why is there so many like Linux brew things? Brew. Get rid of that. Is there more? No. Okay. Now we set our export path is equal to cat, right? And then let's try this. We're gonna have to do it again, basically. We have to clear all the fucking build files and everything and go again. Because half of them are gonna like try to use some part of the Linux brew, libcrypto, or whatever. It's gonna be annoying. We go again. And now back to Noita. How much did the Jetson cost? It was $400. Oh, no. Hate these little ghosts. Oh, they can't reach me from here. Nice. Uh-oh. Ooh, spooky boy. He's a spooky, spooky man. Why is GTA... Working hard or hardly working? Definitely the latter. Nice LLM setup, yeah. So, the reason we're playing a game... Don't judge me. Okay? We're playing a game because we're trying to compile Llama CPP and it takes forever. I had it compiled before the stream, but then I realized it's not compiled with GPU support. Can you fucking believe that? Sorry for the swearing. I should try not to swear, but no GPU support. Like, what's the point of using a Jetson without that? It is madness. So, I'm going to use the remainder of the stream just to play some games, and I'm going to compile it again after, like, outside the stream. Make sure it's all, like, set up, ready, and then we can continue from the next one. Did I ever do game dev? I am going to do some game dev. I've never done it before, so I'm completely new, but I'm going to try. After the LLM series is done, game dev is next. How is the market? Have I been sending my resume? I haven't been doing a lot. I haven't really needed to do that, to be honest. Man, I wanna get out of here. Ow. Oh, I'm in danger. I am in danger. Okay. 32 health. Jira game? Where? What? Jira incremental game? The game engine I plan to use is Bevy in Rust. That is what I would like to use, I think. Oh, we made it. We have made it. Balatro in Jira. I don't think so. What game is this? It's a game called Noita. Noita. Spelled like that. Am I going to do it on stream? The game dev stuff? During pandemic, why didn't everyone want to be a doctor instead? I assume they didn't want to be a doctor because they wanted to be away from COVID. Oh, I just realized it might be tough to kill him. Let me head back here and just put a little curse on here to make him get smashed. What the hell is in my potion? Steam? Steam and blood. Okay. So if, oh, that's fine. Okay. My damage isn't amazing. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. Doing okay. Yeah, he's dead. He dead. That's it. Winner. Oh, I'm actually on my 3rd win streak. That's cool. Can I solve dynamic programming and tree questions while playing Noita? That'd be really hard. Without playing Noita, it'd probably still be really hard. What happened? 4%. UI embed failed. Building assets. But why? Oh, it was just temporary? No. Hint, try cleaning your build directory. Oh, it just got stuck on like one thing. Balatro was created in Jai. Balatro was created in Lua. Why is the C++ build so slow? Because it's on a very small machine. So yeah, Balatro was written in Lua. Jai is the programming language of Jonathan Blow. That's correct. And I think Odin is by Gingerbill. Is that right? What design concepts you use? Building a system where there is lots of concurrent access. I mean, a lot of things are like that. Like, for example, web traffic. There's many concurrent. There's lots of concurrent access. It depends on the type of access we're talking about. Are they reading something? Are they writing something? Is it a database? I don't know. It depends. Specification of Jai is public, but the compiler is private. He said that he'll release the compiler after the game. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I've kicked off this compilation again. We won the Noita game. And now it is time, because it is 22 past midnight in Sydney at the moment. I wanted to thank, once again, B. Diddy, absolute legend. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you to Lionel Bovey for also becoming a member. And, of course, thank everyone here in the chat for being here, for contributing to the conversation, for asking questions. This is the end. So I'm going to end the stream. What I'm going to do next is going to get this Llama CPP compiled. I'm going to give it a little bit of a test, make sure it works. Not going to do too much with it. And then the next stream, I'll have a bunch of stuff to knock over and test and try out. I want to maybe try for the next LLM stream to maybe like wrap it up a bit if I can. So I'll try to plan it a little bit better. Yeah, that's the plan. So thank you all and good night.